heading out on a foggy day to the focal point of an enormous rescue operation. Emerging out of the gloom, dozens upon dozens of vessels, and at the centre of it all, the Sewol, just a tiny part of this 150-metre-long ferry breaking the surface.
Well, it's just after 9 a.m. local time. We're approaching the period when rescue officials were saying the tides would be suitable for them to try another dive. Certainly there's a lot of activity around the upturned hull right now.
As the day wore on and the ferry became completely submerged, divers went down on 10 separate occasions. Officials say they managed to secure a guide rope, begin pumping air in through the wheelhouse and access the second-floor cargo hold, but they were forced back by obstacles and fast-moving currents. Preparations also underway for the longer term, with the arrival of 4 huge floating cranes to be used to move the wreck to calmer waters. On land, South Korea's Prime Minister arrived to take personal charge of the effort, but much of the information made public is still contradictory. A police officer said Friday's first attempt to get underwater access had failed. Then, a friendly chat with the man from the Maritime Ministry, and he was back to say divers had been down and attached a guide rope. We tried to establish why on Thursday officials said oxygen was being pumped in before admitting that it wasn't, one of many questions left unanswered. Some families feel lied to, others that for all the activity, too little effort is being made actually to get into the ship. Anger too at the captain and crew.
If the captain acted properly, many kids could still be alive. It hurts. It really hurts.
Al Jazeera's South Korean partner network Yonhap News gained exclusive footage of the captain as he came ashore. 69-year-old Joon Seok was reportedly one of the first to leave the ship. The news channel said he failed to identify himself as the captain when he was rescued. Prosecutors say he left the helm in the charge of a 26-year-old third officer with less than a year's experience before the accident. They've issued arrest warrants for the captain and 2 other crew members. Back on Jindo Island, now home to so much grief, police made another awful discovery. The 52-year-old vice principal on the school trip with 325 of his students and rescued from the ferry had hanged himself near the gymnasium housing the relatives. Inside the hall, deepening sadness and tension on display between parents who say the time has come to accept that their children are dead and others refusing to give up hope. But as the waters rise over the ship, those hopes are ebbing away. Harry Fawcett, Al Jazeera, Jindo, South Korea.